You are now listening to the Paging Dr. Chanda podcast, where we talk all things related to mental health, life lessons, and the culture. My goal is to help each and every listener pursue and center wellness. I'm your host, Dr. Chanda, licensed clinical psychologist. Now let's get into it. Have y'all checked out my Amazon storefront yet? Listen, whether you're searching for last-minute date night outfits, perfecting your 4C curls, or delving into mental health books or enhancing your nail game, I've got you covered. Y'all know here at the Dr. Chanda podcast, we like to serve looks and books. So make sure that you guys click on my affiliate link for a hassle-free shopping experience that supports my creation efforts. Elevate your lifestyle and your mental health today. Chanel, I have a question.
What's up?
Have you ever felt lonely in your entrepreneurial ventures and journey?
Listen, that is such a real feeling, especially as a Black woman, especially as an entrepreneur, especially as a kingdom woman trying to level up and move forward in my life.
Listen, the interesting thing is I hear that from so many different women.
Yeah.
So I thought it was the perfect timing for us to collaborate our entrepreneurial success and the things that we've learned along the way for kingdom women specifically.
Listen, I'm so excited about this.
So that's right. You guys are able to sign up today, starting in October, our specific membership group where you'll have access to our knowledge on branding, marketing, how to sell, how to pitch yourself, how to,
apply the Bible to your business,
applying the Bible to your business, corporate fast, like all of those things.
Exercise your faith, so many different things.
And above all, Chanel, it's great to have an accountability group.
Listen, I'm really excited to be a part of a group of a bunch of people that look like me and we're all trying to get to the same place.
And listen, and the fact that we're coming together doing it, I say this humbly, I've been thriving in full-time entrepreneurship for some years now.
Yeah.
You've generated millions for the sports industry.
Yes.
We have so many different skill sets that we are going to offer.
Yeah. We're two separate powerhouses and we're coming together to build this membership for you all.
Not only from a business and physical, natural standpoint, but also a spiritual standpoint.
Yes.
I can't wait to get into the word
I'm excited.
Entrepreneurship.
I'm excited.
The word and entrepreneurship together, Chanel.
Listen.
In a membership group.
Listen.
Girl. I'm ready. So if you guys are ready for our group that starts in October, please make sure that you click the link in our show notes and we can't wait to see y'all.
Cannot wait.
Period.
Are there any parents in the room? Awesome. I see a few hands up. Parents, can I talk to you for a second? Do you ever wonder to yourself, I wonder how my child is going to be when they grow up? Will they be a functional member of society? Am I equipping my child with the tools and resources necessary in order to thrive in today's society? My name is Dr. Chanda Reynolds, and I am a licensed clinical psychologist. I work with adolescents and families in order to help to eradicate the stigma of mental health in the Black community by focusing on parent-child relationships. The reality is, brothers and sisters, that mental health diagnoses amongst Black children are increasing at an alarming rate. There are more symptoms of depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation amongst our children. There are even recent researchers that suggest that due to this exacerbation in the things and the stressors that our kids are experiencing is causing brain changes, neurological functioning changes. That means that our kids' brains are changing based on the stressors that they're experiencing. Our children are suffering. If our children are supposed to be our future, that means our community is going to suffer. But parents, if I have your attention just for a few more moments, I want to highlight something. I have great news for you. There's actually research out there that shows that having emotionally validating parents helps to protect children from experiencing things like anxiety and depression. What is emotional validation? I'm so glad y'all asked. Y'all came with questions today. I love it. Emotional validation is the ability to see and to understand and a willingness to see the humanness in someone in their emotional expression. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with the things that they're expressing and experiencing. You're just saying, I see you and I understand what you're going through. But Dr. Chanda, isn't that intuitive? Don't we already do that to our children? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard, even if you haven't said it before, have you ever heard a parent say to a child, "You better stop crying before I give you something to cry about"? So nobody ever had that experience. That was just me. Oh, okay. I see okay, I got my amen corner. I'm going to talk on this side. So that's an example of emotional invalidation. And what we're communicating to our children is that we don't care about the emotions that they're expressing. Therefore, they should internalize and suppress them. If that didn't resonate with you, I have another example. Say your child walks up to you and says, "Mom or Dad, I'm stressed out. I have so much going on at school. I have so much going on in my friend circle. I don't know what to do." And you reply back, "You don't got a job. You don't have any bills to pay. What do you know about stress?" You just communicated to your child that, again, they should suppress their emotions because Mom and Dad are not safe enough for me to come and express myself to them. And we know that children who internalize their emotions are more likely to experience an exacerbation of anxiety and depression. Brothers and sisters, our community is at risk of suffering. We have to keep in mind the way that we parent our children, the way that we respond to their emotions are not just going to impact them in the moment, but the research indicates that the way we respond can impact them throughout adolescence and adulthood. There's large bodies of research that discusses how having emotionally validating parents who understand the emotions of their children and allow them to express them freely, these are the children who are protected from experiencing mental health diagnoses throughout their adolescence and adulthood. So I want to sit here and I want to urge you. I want to plead with you. I want to beg you. The next time your child comes up to you and says, "Mom, Dad, I'm having a hard time with these emotions," I want you to do these 3 things. Number 1, we must validate. Again, validation doesn't mean that I have to always agree. But validation can simply mean I understand what you're going through. I understand why you're feeling this way. It must be hard experiencing these emotions. Validation is how we build trust with our children. Invalidating causes them to continue to suppress and internalize. Number 2, help your child to walk through the different emotions that they are experiencing. This is called emotional labeling. All children and adolescents don't have the emotional vocabulary to articulate how exactly they're feeling. And it's the parent's job to help them do this. And number 3, I want you to ask your child, how do you want me to show up for you in this moment? Do you want me to help you problem solve, or should I just listen? Give them the autonomy and the space to be able to express to you how they're feeling and for you to have the freedom to respond in the way that they need in that moment. The reality is the way our children, Black children especially, when they express intense emotion in society, in the world, they're labeled as being disobedient, defiant, being oppositional. We cannot allow these same systems of emotional oppression to be reinforced in our own homes.